Studying abroad, something you learn about in high school, look forward to in the first few years of college, and finally apply for your third or fourth year. For me, the thought of being able to travel somewhere completely new in the world and study seemed like such a wild idea. The thought of moving halfway across the world for months seemed like a dream. I remember looking into as much as I could. Where do I want to go? What do I want to study? Where do I want to travel? It was almost overwhelming. When it came to making a decision last year, I asked some friends who had gone abroad in the past. They all said somewhat the same thing. Go somewhere you don't think you'll go again. You will find yourself a whole new person when you come back. So, I found Portugal, a small country in southern Europe that I barely heard of. Basically, football and wine, and I knew nothing else, so I knew this was the place. When it was time for me to pack up and head out for my semester abroad, I remember how excited I was to become this new person people kept telling me I would be. I was pretty lost in my life and struggling with figuring out what I wanted to do in the future, and I assumed studying in Europe would give me the new perspective on the world, and I'd find all my answers. And that's how I went into this program, open mind and open eyes. I booked as many trips as I could fit into the semester. I took in as much as I could in the first few weeks of Lisbon. I explored, tried new things. I was ready to embrace the new Haley. So now let's fast forward through the semester. I've been living in Portugal, I have been going to different countries, I have met so many cool people. But where was I with myself? A question that I've been asked very frequently through this program is, how have you grown during the semester? I really had to think about this. How had I grown? Had I grown at all? People would answer proudly with their new independence, their newfound love for food and cultures and locations, and their courage to step out of their comfort zone. But do I feel as passionate about my change in these aspects as they do? Sounds pretty dramatic, I know, but it caught me off guard. Yeah, I gained some independence, but had it changed me enough to be a new person? Thinking about it, I reflected on who I was before I came abroad. I was a student at Colorado, an athlete, avid dog lover. Okay, pretty general. I knew who I was back then, but did I really? This chapter of our lives is all about finding out who we are, and I was struggling to do that without even realizing. I knew who I was to others, but did I know who I was to myself? As far as cliches go, we're knee-deep in one, but it's true. Studying abroad didn't create a whole new Haley. I didn't change. In fact, it's the opposite. I became even more me. I used my new surroundings and change in lifestyle to not change who I am, but to come to terms with who I already am. I learned so much about myself that I would not have if I didn't have the opportunity to come abroad. I will not be returning a changed person. I will be returning with a sense of self, an idea of who I am in this crazy big world. And I think that's the most valuable thing I can get out of this experience. I hope I go back home and continue learning about who I am, to keep finding new ways to push myself to broaden my horizons. The people I have met over the semester and the experiences I have gained will always hold a special place in my heart. It's given me a space to foster growth, not externally, but internally. So, thank you, Lisbon.